early on, you went down with a non-contact injury, and a lot of fuss has been brought back up around turfs and stadiums. I didn't find out about it till after the game because we were playing at the same time, and somebody was asked if you were all right. And I was like, my brother's hurt. I didn't even know my brother's hurt. But I watched the play. It looked like he just tried to cut right after making the catch. You're looking to cut back up inside. And did your ankle get caught in the turf, or did it roll?
Yeah, it rolled. I rolled my ankle. It was like a basketball, like you're coming down off a rebound and you just roll your ankle.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate. If you watch it in slow motion, my ankle kind of slips for a couple inches and then it finally grabs on the turf. And that's been the knock, is that when you do slip, you don't just slip right through the grass. You kind of slip and then you have grabs. And then it grabs, and when it grabs your I don't know, your
not
joints and yeah, you're just not ready for it. But I'm just out here just being old as and just offing myself because I'm not getting tackled and getting injured. Like, nobody's doing this to me but me. Yeah. And I just feel like a fucking jamoke and a grandpa every single time I go out there and just injure myself. So that's what the majority of my frustration was. Initially, felt a few things going on in my ankle that I didn't feel great.
Really?
Yeah, that's why when I first rolled it, I got right off the field and I really couldn't put much weight on it. So I knew I had to at least see if it was broken. Went in, got x-rays, and from there knew that there was nothing structurally wrong with it. So I could just tape that thing up and get back out there.
Does it change at all because it rolled? It was like a low ankle roll.
Where you got to know the terrain, or you got to know the surface that you're playing on, man.
Okay.
I got to go in with a base with a more athletic position. I kind of just got lackadaisical, tried to let what I think is an athletic move later on in my career just is an athletic move. I gotta play with the base. I got to play with my feet underneath me. And the rest of the game I did that. And you didn't see me slip around or injure myself at all. So I just, when you're playing on turf like that, you just got to have a little bit more awareness in how you're putting your feet in the ground and how you're changing direction. And it's just an unfortunate part of the game, man.
Did you spat? Did you just kind of tape it up extra tight?
Spatted it up. Yeah. Taped the ankle and then taped over the shoe for sure. Just kind of limited the flexion.
I didn't get the update from Jay Glazer the way I have been, who's been very keen on giving Travis Kelce updates, because I actually saw him out in L.A. The day before the game. Shout out to Jay. Good to see you, brother.
He's an LA guy, yeah.
But you just talked about the turf, and we're going to talk about it right now. The internet was quick to blame this whole thing on the slit film turf that is on the field at U.S. Bank. For some context to everybody who has not been privy to a lot of these turf issues that have been being debated, ESPN Vikings reporter Kevin Seifert tweeted, U.S. Bank Stadium has slip film turf, which NFLPA data shows has had a higher rate of non-contact lower extremity injuries than other types of turf. The surface here is slated to be replaced after this current season. Can we explain the differences of playing on turf, grass, different types of turf?
Here's my theory. My theory on any turf is that there's black pellets, and when your cleat is on top of turf, you don't really get that natural, like you're digging into the ground. It kind of just grabs on top of the turf.
Yep.
Your cleats kind of just grab on top of the turf. And it's almost, if you have too many black pellets, it kind of feels like you're on stilts a little bit, or at least like an unstable surface.
When there's too many black pellets,
that's where it gets kind of, that's where it gets kind of iffy for me, because the more unstable it is and the more you throw your feet in the ground, that's not a good equation, So
I'm glad you're bringing this up. Have you ever noticed the difference between a slip film turf, a monofilament turf, a combination turf? Like, when you go out on the turf, can you be like, oh, this is a slip film turf?
No.
Because I can't, right?
No. I don't know what the difference is.
All of this attention is, in my opinion, is being applied to slip film turf. Just get rid of the turf. I don't care if it's slip film, monofilament, combo. I don't give a crap, because there's so many factors in this. Like you said, the thing that I notice the most is when there's a disproportionate amount of rubber pellets.
Yeah.
When there's too many rubber pellets, it almost feels like you're in sand a little bit. Like, it's like, it feels weird.
Puts a little bit more strain. Even if it's just the most minimal amount of strain, it's still putting more strain on the joints for sure.
And this is my problem with everybody only going after slip film or just saying slip film, because now all these teams are going to do is going to go to a different type of turf. We need to get rid of turf altogether. And I don't want to hear it like it's an indoor stadium. They make UV lights. You can go grass inside. There's freaking pot barns right down the street that are growing mountains of fucking pot. We can grow grass indoors, all right? I don't want to hear this nonsense. It's not necessary. There's so many things that factor into what makes a turf good or bad. The slip film is part of it. Yeah, slip film, monofilament, maybe that's a factor. How many rubber pellets are in it? Who installs it? There's better. Hey, newsflash, some people install turf better than other people. There's different underneaths that it's woven into. There's different underneath surfaces beneath that. Like, there's so many factors that can go into whether the turf is going to be good or bad, how it's maintained, right? From year to year. Just stop it. We went through this with AstroTurf back in the day. It ruined guys' careers. Now we're seeing the same thing with this turf.
Yeah.
All right? And it's only going to continue to happen. Just go back to the grass. Get your UV lights. I don't care if it's Ford Field. You can put some dirt on the ground, put some grass on there, UV lights. You're going to fucking have grass.
Well said.
I got to play at MetLife this week, so that's partly why I'm upset as well. Although I did hear that they switched from slip film turf, so I guess we're all good. God, it's so fucking stupid.
Well played.
I mean, it's so dumb. Gosh.
I think you fucking killed it.
Did I do too much? Is the NFL going to hate me now? I don't know what to say.
I think you're a great ambassador.
We added a few clicks to the swear jar. So at least we're helping a kid go to college off of that rant.
You're winning the swear jar right now for sure.